We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. For a touchback.
Let's go. 50 seconds to mine. Here we go.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Safety screaming.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, New England.
On the ready. 53. Check 53.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. There he goes, right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Come on.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the ground is Michel. The tackle there by Brian Poole. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. Third down. Here's Haskins. Catch is made by Harry. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
56 to Mike.
Play action. It's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This is Bell. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
56. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
56. Mike's 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Watch the slants. Watch the slant. Yo, lady. Mike 56. Mike 56. Stay with your man. 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Following throwing the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 10-0 to score after one on EA Sports.
Bandit, 36. Let's go. Come on.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays second down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Here we go. This is the flag. Switch.
Following the penalty, Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Check 13. Check 13. X3. 218. Chopper. The mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 24. Check 24. Young lady.
From the 29, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Pick it up, G. No. Off. Young lady.
On the counter, here's Bell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Hey, Zoo. 56. Mud's 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here.
faking the give. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Watch one. Mike 56, Mike 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
56, right there, 56.
A first down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tanner Vallejo gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Let's get this.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
We own the lady. We own them. Ship.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Lady. Ready. 56. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Ficken's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run with Michelle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Got a man open, that's Harry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. The 40. He's at the 30. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Haskins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
You better bring it. Check 15. Check 15. Check 4. Check 4. Check it back. Check it back.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And Anderson's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They don't want to keep playing
Third and 11.
We're going to sign. Let's get it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Shady. Set the tone. Bravo. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike 56. Mike 56. 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years, then sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
56 is the mic. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Red 80. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Ready? Been a long day for you. Check 52. Check.
Bell.
It's run, Bell. It's run.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Target. Mike, 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's what, right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Switzer on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Complete to Bryant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Letting one go deep for his running back, White. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Mike, 56, right there.
Again, it's Bell. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Jets 20, Patriots nothing.
You're outside. 6 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Defense wins championships, man. Tighten up, tighten up. Red 80. Reset.
They'll run on first down. Bell. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the curl, watch the curls.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards on the play, first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
Watch the slap, watch the slap.
Now Anderson on the jet sweep. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Red 56 is the mic. Danny. Red 80. Safety creep.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing on third and long. Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Going deep here for Bryant. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On first down, it's Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
We're going to sign. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Here it comes, here it comes. Check. Red 80. Check. Red 80.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And that is incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
The last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
I'm coming.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A beautiful fake. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Watch out. Delaney.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Watch Twiz. Watch it.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. One final shot for Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam, I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession.